Hey guys, it's Woody here at USA Made Blade, and just coming to you from the shop tonight. I'm going to do something a little different, something we typically don't do. This is going to be, I'm not really sure what we're going to call this video yet, but something along the lines of 8 things every knife nut should do, or 8, I don't know, own, or we haven't figured out the title of this video, but it's kind of a list that we've come about and comprised over our years of being in business. Now keep in mind, we're called USA Made Blade, so if you're looking through this video and you're not seeing knives that you think should be included, and they're not made in the US, there's a reason for that. So anyway, we're going to jump right into it. And number one on our list, and I think it's a very important thing to be able to call yourself a knife nut, is to be able to sharpen a knife. If you're not good at sharpening a knife, and I'm not talking about an expert, I'm not talking about turning your knife into a razor blade where you can just shave hair perfectly off your arm anytime you want. I'm talking about just getting a decent edge back on your knife, a nice usable edge. Maybe being able to get a few hairs off your arm, or especially cut through paper cleanly. If you can't do that, learn how to. Watch YouTube videos, read up on it. Get a system. You don't have to run out and buy a Wicked Edge. They make a great product, and if you can afford it, I certainly recommend it. But get a sharpening system that you can afford, work with it, practice with it, study up on it, and just learn to put a decent working edge on your knife. It's an asset that you're going to use for the rest of your life. Number 2 on my list. There's lots of great manufacturers out there, but we kind of here consider that there's the 4 big U.S. manufacturers, and those are Kershaw, ZT, which are kind of related or are related, and then Spyderco and Benchmade. Own at least one knife from each of those companies, and the reason I recommend that and say if you're a knife nut and you haven't tried one from each one, you may not know what you're missing out on. Each one offers something a little different. We're going to recommend, just real quick running through it, on the Kershaw side, one of our favorites and best sellers here at the shop is the Kershaw Knockout. It's a fantastic knife, and especially for the price, you can't really beat it. On the ZT side, once again, guys, this is only if you're going to own one. On the ZT side, we got to say the 562 CF. It's definitely going to show you what ZT puts out there, their quality, and it's just a great design. On the Spyderco side, there's no way we could do this and not recommend the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. I think it's Spyderco's biggest seller of all time, and it definitely gives you an idea of what the kind of product Spyderco is putting out there. On the Benchmade, number 1 seller, most popular knife I believe still in the world is the Benchmade Griptilian. Give each one of them a try. Give each or a knife from each maker or manufacturer a try. That way you're going to have an idea of what you like from those companies, and you're going to be more apt to look for their offerings year to year and see what fits you a little bit. And those are kind of the measuring sticks, so you can measure up and down from there. So number 3 on my list, and this is an absolute must if you're going to consider yourself a knife nut, go to Blade Show. Hands down, it's a fantastic experience. It's the largest blade show in the world, to my knowledge, and it's just getting to see so many amazing knives and meet the makers and talk to them, and in most occasions be able to buy those knives. It's just an awesome trip. It's a trip that you'll never forget, and most people, once they go one time, want to go back again and again and again and again. So make the trip, take the time to go to Blade Show. Now that's number 3 on my list, and we're going to kind of do a 3-part B. When you go to Blade Show, don't take off and go, if you've got friends locally in Atlanta, don't go hang out with them after the show's over. Don't go home and go to bed at 9 o'clock, or don't go back to your hotel and go to bed at 9 o'clock. The second part with number 3 on the list is when you go to Blade Show, stay up late. Take one night, either Friday or Saturday night. Friday's more fun, and go hang out at the pit. Most people are drinking, having some alcohol, but if you don't drink, go have a cup of coffee, go drink some water, hang out. The maker's there, the designers are there, the manufacturer reps are there. There's just a ton of people there to talk to, plus all the other people from all different walks of life are there talking about knives, and we all have the same interest. So you get some of that at Blade Show during the show, but you're there at the show and you're looking for specific knives. You're looking at all the different knives. That part of the day is just all, not all business. We have a good bit of fun during the show, but then after that, it's a lot of fun at night, and you really get to meet a lot of other people that just have the same interest and love and passion for knives that you have. So if you've never been, put it on your bucket list and make it happen. You will not regret it. Number 4, get a custom fixed blade at some point in your life and use it. It's amazing the difference in between a custom knife and a manufactured knife, but it's also, if you're going to appreciate what goes into knife making, a beautiful custom piece is something that you're going to die for. It's something that you're going to be blown away by. One of the ones that I highly recommend that I love all the custom knives that we sell, but one of the ones that I love are Fiddleback Forge. This one's been calling my name pretty hard, but just seeing the work that goes into the handle, the blade, the grind, the finish, the fit, just everything about it is gorgeous. And until you've owned one, you can't really understand the knife world in a whole. So there are plenty. If you're going to Blade Show, you're gonna meet plenty of them. But I love the ones that we sell. So I'm very proud of the people we sell. Number 5 can kind of go with number 4 a little bit, but you don't necessarily have to go the custom route. But get a big ass chopper and use it. Get a big damn knife and a Bowie or something like that. The one I've got out here to show you is one of my favorites. I've never been shy about it. Is the TM Hunt M18. It's just a beast of a knife. And the reason I say get a big chopper, get a big knife, is, guys, I work all the time. I'm here what feels like 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I don't get to get out in the woods very often. But when I do, the 2, 3, 4 times a year that I get to go away, go camping, go hang out in the woods, and get to use my big knife, man, it's just joy. It's just pure bliss. You know, cutting up some wood to make a good fire pit going, or you know, cutting a trail so we can have somewhere to go, or just goofing off, cutting down trees, doing whatever. The day or 2 or 3 of joy that I get out of using my big M18 or my Fiddleback Forge Bishop or W.A. Searles Arapaima, it's fun. They pay off tenfold for what I pay for the knife. So, and there are cheaper, you know, manufactured versions out there that you can certainly jump into. But at some point in your life, own a big ass chopper, and it's even more fun if it's a custom. Number 6, carry a neck knife. It's until you use a neck knife or until you carry a neck knife every day. This one happens to be the White River Knives Knucklehead. It's one of my favorites. I've never been shy about that. But until you carry one every day and see that, you know, especially if you're in a busy environment, and I never think of a neck knife as a backup for a weapon, but I'm sure some people do. But I think of it as a backup if I'm somewhere where I can't get to my pockets or somewhere where I don't have pockets available. It's just a great little way to have a backup knife that's just a fantastic tool when you need it. So carry a neck knife at some point in time, and carry one every day. If you once you've tried it, if you like it, you know, I can even carry a neck knife under my suit, and it's just a cool way to have an extra knife on you if you need it, or to have a knife on you if you need it. Number 7 on my list is not going to surprise anybody. I think it would be on any list, and if it's not, then somebody's missing out. But at some point in your life, you've got to own a Chris Reeve Sebenza. Now, Chris Reeve makes plenty of other knives, but the Sebenza is what got it all started. And in the car industry, they're kind of known as the Cadillac of the knife industry. So, you know, the thing about the Chris Reeve Sebenzas, and truly all their knives, but with the Sebenza, is the consistency. You know, consistent lockup, consistent no blade play, consistent centering, and just consistently a good tool. But don't just get one, use one, and you're gonna have a great appreciation for them. And there's no way you can go through life considering yourself a knife nut and never at any point in time own a Chris Reeve knife. They're the measuring stick for which pretty much all other knives are made. So if you haven't owned one, put it on your list. If nothing else, you can at least say you've tried one and you can say why you didn't like it. But most people are going to be like, holy crap, okay, I get it now. So number 8 on my list is not going to surprise anybody if they know me. I'm a Hinderer nut, but follow through with me through the whole thing on this. Hinderer makes a fantastic knife. So at some point in your life, get a Hinderer. But there's more to it than that. Get a Hinderer and then make it your own. So the knife itself is fantastic. You're not going to be disappointed. Very few people are. And if they are, it's usually pretty random as to why. But they make a great knife just in itself. But you're not getting the full Hinderer experience unless you follow through with my other part on number 8. Make it your own. Take the time to customize it. Take the time to put different screws on it, to put a different scale on it, you can put a full tie scale on it, put a different pocket clip on it. There are customized scales out there that people are starting to make now. Put different back spacers on it. Change it up and make it your own. And once you do that, you're going to sit there, look at the knife, and you're almost going to feel like you designed it yourself. And until you've made it your own, you're not really grasping the full Hinderer experience. It's pretty darn cool. Plus, it's a fantastic knife to boot. So take it apart, change things up, learn how to take it apart, put it back together, change things on it. And one day you're going to be sitting back going, holy crap, this is the same knife I bought. I recommend with the Hinderer experience, if you want to go through the whole process, just getting the kind of the plain Jane, either full tie or just a G10 scale on it. And then from there, adding and changing and doing all the things that you'd like to do to it. And only if you do that will you get the full Hinderer experience. So, guys, that's it. That's our list of 8. Like I said, next year we'll come back and look at this and maybe change it up, revamp it. Who knows? But I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And, if you're looking for a knife, I hope you'll check us out at usamadeblade.com. And as always, thanks for watching.